I am finally getting back to putting out some Homestead videos again. I know I haven't done a lot this year. It has just been, well, you know, last year I had my major abdominal surgery and couldn't really do much for homesteading wise with all that going on. But this year has been our son Quinn's year for all the medical things. And even though we did start to plant the garden, we did get the potatoes in and started to plant the rest of it, all of that really just kind of fell through because we just couldn't upkeep the garden with all Quinn's medical issues. So I don't really expect that we're gonna get anything other than potatoes, some potatoes out of the ground this year because the garden just, it completely got away from us. So yeah, not really having a garden this year apparently, but at least Quinn is doing better. We're still working through some kidney stone issues and things like that, and hopefully that continues to improve. So it is what it is, you know. Next year, hopefully, have better luck with medical things. Anyway, so today I am going to brew 10 gallons of beer because I haven't brewed in a while, and it's something I really enjoy doing. And we shall see how that goes because you can see the sky isn't looking very friendly. Even though they did say it wasn't supposed to rain till later this evening, I think that may happen sooner than later. And there's some other things I'd like to get my hands into depending on what the weather does. So we'll just kind of see how all that plays out today. While I'm waiting for my beer to mash for like an hour to an hour and a half, I'm gonna get a chuck roast ready to put on the smoker because I'm doing barbecue chuck roast sandwiches tonight. And if you're interested in the recipe, you can find it on AlleghenyHomestead.com. And then I need to clean my fermenters and a couple kegs as well. So while those kegs are soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and sparge my beer. I haven't really done many very specific brewing videos, but I have one that I've done in the past. It was one of my very early videos, so forgive me if it is not the best. But the same principles are what I still follow pretty much till this day. I usually keep it really simple, so I don't have like very specific recipes other than I usually keep it to a single grain and a single hop, and I don't really deviate much from that. But if you would like me to do more specific videos on brewing, I can definitely do that, so let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna get this, oh, that was thunder. I'm gonna get this sparging, and sparging is basically, there's grain left in this upper container here, and I'm gonna pour water over that just to extract as much of the sugar as I possibly can. And then I'll boil it, add the hops, cool it off, and put it in the fermenters. There is definitely something coming. I debated on whether or not to even go ahead and let this boil yet or just wait and see what the weather is going to do. But we're there now, so. Okay, Okay, so it looks like we have a long line of thunderstorms coming with no break. So even though I would like to boil this some more, that's clearly not gonna happen, or I'm never gonna get done with this tonight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this beer chilling, and yeah, it'll be all right. It didn't get to boil very much because once it started raining, it cooled the beer down too much to, not beer, but cooled the mash down too much to continue to boil. So it is what it is. I just, at this point, got to make sure that I can get this beer done tonight. But yeah, there's a lot more thunderstorms on the way. While I'm waiting for that beer to cool off to put in the fermenters, there's a bit of an experiment I want to do. So this year we actually did plant quite a bit of corn, the Bloody Butcher dent corn in our garden, and it's the same corn that Glenn planted in the garden last year that we got chicken feed out of, but this year not a single one of those seeds sprouted, which is the strangest thing because we just planted this last year. It's only 2-year-old seed, and we keep all of our seeds in the refrigerator to preserve them for a little bit longer. Glenn thinks that the crows probably got to it, which would also be strange because we've never had that happen in here, in the garden closer to the house here. However, we did try to do a corn plot further away from the house, and only like a couple of those came up, and pretty sure crows probably got to that. That wasn't this year, that was the year before that we tried to do that. So yeah, it's just the strangest thing, because either way you look at it, this seed shouldn't be bad, and we've never had the crows attack our corn down here before. Anyway, so just to kind of see what's going on, I'm gonna try to sprout some of this because I'm just curious. We don't have a whole lot of this left, so I'll have to get either use some of our seed that we've got if we have enough, or get some new Bloody Butcher dent corn for next year. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to pre-sprout some of these and see, you know. I guess if they all come up, I can assume that the crows just got to them. Now we did put some like pinwheels out there, but I don't know, maybe we need to get a whole lot more or something. It's always something. For pre-sprouting something, you know, that you want to check the germination rate, just get wet paper towel, stick it in a baggie. And for like little seeds, I'll just sprinkle them on top of the paper towel. I won't even worry about it that much. But for something like corn, I kind of like to have a paper towel that's like doubled over, and then stick the corn inside of it, and then close it up inside the baggie to keep it a little moister. This can be a really helpful thing to do if you have some seed and you're questioning how old it is and trying to figure out if you need to go ahead and order more before planting season starts. Which I know I'm probably gonna have to get more of this. Maybe not, depends on how much we have left over, but I'm simply doing this out of curiosity. I have a feeling it's all gonna sprout, which is a good thing, but a bad thing because that means I have a crow problem that I have to deal with now. All right, I'll just stick this in a warm place and wait for it to germinate. It is really just such a shame that the corn didn't work out, because at least we could have gotten the corn for the chicken feed and then had some potatoes. We knew that the tomatoes and the peppers and stuff, just, they weren't going to make it. But we thought at least we could have some chicken feed and potatoes, but looks like maybe we'll just have some potatoes now. This is cooled down enough now to go ahead and drop these beers. I mean, I would like it to be a little cooler, but it's getting pretty late and there's more storms coming. So if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it now. All that's left is the cleanup, and I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight or not. Depends on how heavy this rain gets, but this is all that was left out of the bottom of my kettle there, and this is just like the junk that sinks to the bottom that I wouldn't want in my beer anyway. There's like a lot of solids and stuff in it. But I saved this for Glenn because Glenn does home distillation, which is legal here in West Virginia, and he makes moonshine and whiskey and stuff like that. And we are going to be actually doing a video showing how Glenn home distills really soon. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Clutch? Come on. Very pretty evening. Well, I ended up getting all my stuff cleaned up, and I am beat. It's been a really, really busy day, and I did not get my meat off the smoker yet because apparently it's going to take another hour or two, unfortunately, but I am ready to get cleaned up, so I am going to call it a night.